At this point, I think that Pedro Pascal might have seen Rachel Zegler torch her own movie and thought, yeah, I can screw up even bigger. You see, Pedro Pascal isn't just talking about or taking out one project. He's dragging down Marvel, Star Wars, and Disney all at once like it's some sort of sick hobby. Now, Rachel Zegler single-handedly turned Snow White into a cringe fest, but Pedro Pascal is out here speed running Disney's total collapse. Now, Pedro Pascal and Rachel Zegler are basically in a race to see who can humiliate Disney faster. And honestly, it's the only entertaining thing that Disney's put out in years. Now, look, we all know that Disney has been on a downward spiral for a while now. But when Pascal's the one driving the nail into the coffin, it's got to sting even more for them. I mean, let's be real. This dude is out here making disasters of everything he touches. He's already destroyed Disney with I can't even say he destroyed Disney Mandalorian, but there's also The Last of Us he's done, and now Fantastic Four, all while trying to tear apart Warner Brothers and Universal. Now, this isn't just some sort of Hollywood wannabe trying to go ahead and make a name for himself. No, this is Pedro Pascal actively dismantling major studios with the grin on his face. Now, basically, Disney is terrified. Marvel might be terrified. And Star Wars, well, I mean, they're trying to make sure it's still relevant at this point. But Pedro Pascal is everywhere and it's becoming a nightmare for Disney, but who can't just seem to get away from his shadow. Now, Pedro Pascal's, insufferable, and here's the crazy part. They're trying to sell him as the internet's new daddy. I mean, they're seriously trying to do this. Now, they're trying to push this guy on us like we're all supposed to fawn over him. And this dude isn't necessarily the next big thing. I mean, yes, he's a fad, sure, but he's got some sympathy points for playing a tough, brooding dad in The Last of Us. But now it's just getting old. But don't get it twisted. Disney, in their infinite cringe wisdom, is still trying to shove him down our throats like he's some sort of male icon. I mean, at this point, it's embarrassing. And all this attention on Pedro Pascal, they still think that we'll buy into it. But guess what? No one's buying the whole Pedro Pascal act anymore. And this whole fake masculinity, and basically it's about to blow up in their faces. You see, then there's also what happened at Star Wars Celebration. Now, that's where basically Pedro Pascal showed up looking like he raided his grandmother's closet with that one particular loose dress shirt with shorts and those weird boots, or what they were. Now, he had this blouse that looked like it was run over by a truck, shorts that made him look like he just escaped the 1930s orphanage, and boots that I don't even know what to call them, but boot satchels, I think. It's like they're trying to go ahead and make a statement, but all they managed to do was just make everyone cringe. But this is who they want us to believe is the new face of Star Wars. Pedro Pascal wearing boot satchels at a Star Wars event. This isn't even the style of the Mandalorian that we signed up for, people. This is Pedro Pascal front and center, and it's all manufactured disaster. Now, this dude is basically I can't even say he's embarrassing Disney in front of everybody because I'm pretty sure this is what they wanted. But it gets worse. He's out here making political statements that not only alienate the audience, not only hurt the studios that employ him, but also he was basically able to keep his job after Gina Carano got fired for expressing her political views. He's actively attacking J.K. Rowling, calling her a heinous loser because of some Supreme Court decision that happened over in the UK. Now, this is also a financial disaster. And guess who he's dragging down with him? Disney, Universal, and basically all of them. But you don't see other stars doing this. You don't see Chris Hemsworth or Robert Downey Jr. out here causing meltdowns with their controversial takes. But Pedro, I mean, he's going after everyone. And he's actively sabotaging Disney's long-term goals with this outlandish statements that he's been making, and his constant need to take sides in battles that don't even involve him. That's a big disaster right there. But here's the problem though. Pedro Pascal is playing with fire. He's so caught up in his activism that he's burning bridges left and right. And the worst part is that he's not even realizing that every time he's attacking anyone or any studio, every time he picks a fight with someone like, J.K. Rowling, I mean, he's actually costing them money. And you think that Bob Iger is going to let this slide and everything? You think that Warner Brothers is going to sit back and watch this guy attack the bottom line? I mean, Bob Iger, yes, but Warner Brothers, I mean, or any studio may as well cut him loose as they see him as a financial hit because at the end of the day, Hollywood is not about integrity; it's about making money. And if you're costing them that, well, guess what? You're out. Simple as that. And let's not forget Pedro Pascal's attitude towards Rachel Zegler and stuff. Basically, he's a big cheerleader for her. She's got the similar history of wrecking her career and reputation, and now it seems like the two of them could be on a collision course, basically. I mean, look, maybe Rachel Zegler will follow in Pedro Pascal's footsteps, causing meltdown after meltdown, or vice versa for Disney, and they'll both be tossed into the scrap heap together, okay? But then there's also the other issue about, Pascal's future, okay? Now, here's what I'm predicting. Now, also, just let you all know, WW Pro has also been talking about this as well with the comparison between the two. I'm going to also make the same prediction right now. In 5 years, it's possible that Pedro Pascal may be a nobody. I mean, he may be the next Richard Zegler, who can't keep up with the level of madness and expect to stay on top forever. You see, Disney is already starting to shrink his role, and The Mandalorian is winding down, and The Last of Us is already finished with him. But what's Pedro Pascal going to do next? I mean, maybe some more Marvel movies with Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. Maybe I guess that might be short lived too. Why? Because no one's going to want to work with Pedro Pascal's when he's this toxic. But at the same time, when you start attacking other companies and alienating half of the fan base, you can basically kiss your career goodbye. I mean, it's only a matter of time before Pedro Pascal just simply ends up just like Rachel Zegler, and it won't be a pretty it won't be pretty for either one of them. Now, at this point, Pedro Pascal, it seems to be me, he might be in deep trouble. His time in the spotlight is exploding right in front of him. And when the dust settles, he'll be left with a bunch of failed projects, possibly, and no one willing to work with him. Now, Disney, Marvel, Warner Brothers, they're all going to, it's possible they may ditch him because no one wants to be attached to someone who's too busy making their own meltdown in the spotlight. I'm hope I'm wrong about all of this, but you never know. You want to get to attached, you want to get a star attached to your big budget movie. You want someone who sells tickets, not someone who will cost you millions because of some insane political crusade. You don't want Pedro Pascal dragging you down like a sinking ship. So basically, I mean, what exactly is next for Pedro Pascal? I mean, it seems to me that if he just keeps this up, he's going to be regulated to, old guy roles in a few years. The minor parts where they don't have to worry about his toxic brand anymore. But then again, this is Hollywood and they may keep him in the forefront. And when that happens, everyone will be looking back, shaking their heads, wondering how this guy even managed to implode his own career. I mean, he'll probably team up with Rachel Zegler in some sort of bizarre fiasco movie. But I mean, who knows? The two of them together might just be a match made, in Hollywood heck. Now, Pedro Pascal and Rachel Zegler are like twin disasters at this point, waiting to happen. If they teamed up, they might just cancel out all the offer within each other, and maybe, just maybe, Disney could get one last success out of them before they could both vanish into obscurity. But honestly, I don't think that'll happen. I don't think that, Disney's that dumb. They've got enough problems without adding these two into the mix together. And Pedro Pascal and Rachel Zegler, well, basically at this point, they're both ticking time bombs, okay? And that's no surprise. And it's only a matter of time before, their nightmare becomes the studio's nightmare. So, yeah, here's the bottom line basically. Disney is definitely in a nightmare right now. Star Wars is dead and it's a disaster. Marvel is hanging on by a thread, and Pedro Pascal, basically, it seems to me that in the future he may start sinking everything he touches. I mean, seems like he's on a mission to destroy Disney from the inside. And the worst part is, it seems like he's succeeding just like Rachel Zegler did. And in the end, he's going to be left in the dust just like Rachel Zegler was. And you know what? These two are going to go down together, basically taking Disney with them. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Be sure to smash the like button if you enjoyed what was shared in this video. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notification for future uploads, and I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, peace.